don't worry if you say anything. Just I'll write a time down. Just go like no, just do a signal at me. And just be like, cut that out. Like I don't want to end the podcast. I don't want people knowing that I'm a wanker. And then I'll write it down. I'll edit it out later.
Yeah,
right?
because I need to pretend to be sound for Instagram people. Yeah. I still have that farce going.
Actually what me and Carla always do. So
I was literally about to ask you that. I was like, do you do a dance every time?
Yeah, no, we do a bop, because it's in the middle of it, you know. I'm just trialling. Carla's away. So, welcome to the Unpopular Opinion Podcast. My name is Jen.
And I'm Ali.
And we are doing trials because Carla fucked off out of the country and I'm looking to replace her. So if you do well, Ali.
Here, look, I'm already way sounder than her. Let's be honest about it.
Your accent's a bit more similar to mine, to be fair.
Yeah, no, I think this is definitely, I'm definitely not the Carla Kay replacement anyway. I'd be laughing every time the two of you have such a different
Oh, I know, yeah.
because I'm always on your side. I'm like, I have no idea what Carla's talking about.
She's so, like, it's funny because it's like a 50-50 split. There's so many people that when she's talking about stuff, and I'm like, Carla, what are you fucking talking about? She's talking about some sort of shoe that they grew. We can talk shit about her, by the way. She never listens to the podcast.
Oh, yeah, I'd say it to her face. Let's be honest with it.
No, she won't listen to this.
Parenting.
It's about kids. Oh, no, she definitely won't. No, she was talking about some sort of shoe, like a dewberry. I don't even know what the fucking name of it was. And I was like, what are you talking about? And the DMs were like 50-50. Oh, Carla, I was there, all from Castleknock.
No. Yeah,
all from Blackrock.
Yeah, definitely. Any of the footwear she's talking about, I'm like, you didn't get that on talent.
No, definitely not.
Oh, God.
So we have you in today. Thanks very much. I promised this. No problem. I promised this a few years ago. I was pregnant. Near the end in my pregnancy on Bobby and You just had the boys, and that episode was on pregnancy. Go look it up if you want to listen to that. The difference between me now and me then.
That's why when you said it, like before I came in, I was like, the difference. I was so full of life and energy back then. I was like, now my kids are 2.5 and I'm like, oh dear God, this is going to be so depressing.
But even the difference in me, because I was pregnant at the time and obviously it wasn't a parent and didn't, like for a good year and a half still wasn't a parent because they're babies. What the fuck? You know what I mean? They're not.
It's mind the potato.
Yeah, exactly. It's not. I'm not going to downplay it because a lot of people do struggle with it, but it's
everyone
compared to when they're strugglers. Compared to when they're toddlers, there's not that much minding goes into them. Like now, it's fucking obstacle
now
course.
Now it's literally like trying to prevent death.
Yeah.
Every 4 minutes of the day.
Exactly. Oh, stop.
And like, do you know what the other thing is? Like, I remember even when the lads were young, and I was like, God, this is so hard, and I just want to go back and slap myself. I'm like,
I know.
They slept between bottles. I'm like, do you know how much you could have got done? Like, oh my God.
But stop. But do you know what? And I think it's a mixture between. Actually, maybe it's not. Maybe this is normal, and you can let me know. Obviously, the Instagram, the link will be in the description. But I was watching a TikTok last night, and there was a woman. And she was like, I just want to show this to my husband to show how normal it is because, well, red flag on his behalf in the first place. But he had said, oh, do you know how lazy and irresponsible it is for you to sleep when the babies are sleeping? One was 2 and one was like 3 months. And she was like, I think it's completely fucking normal. And I was like, my child is 2 and I still sleep when the baby sleeps. But it's like, I live with my ma, so, you know what I mean? She doesn't, like...
Yeah.
We kind of have our roles within the house. I don't do nothing in the house. I still obviously do shit in the house, but I don't have the full responsibility of a house. On top of that, so I'm like milking the shit out of that while I still have it. But I still nap when I look forward to it. Like,
Jen, if I could nap when my kids nap, I would be asleep. I just don't. I've done those things. I'm like, if you're tired and you want to have a sleep, and don't want to wash, go for a sleep. Like, I can't understand this mentality. Like, the only reason I don't nap when the kids nap is because there's just fucking a litter of them constantly. So there's just a litter of mess behind me. So the only time I get to do or sometimes I just want to, don't get me wrong, I might be sleeping, but I might just sit down and eat
crisp
share a bag of Maltesers to myself and watch like The Real Housewives of whatever I'm on at the time instead. Like, it's not even sleep when the baby sleeps. It's like, do anything that you actually want to do.
Yeah.
When your kids aren't in your face, like slapping you with a nappy or something. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, just go do what you want to do. It's, oh no, I I would love a nap. Someone only said to me the other day as well, they were like, oh God, I couldn't nap during the day. And I was like, I could literally, like, if someone, like, while she was talking to me, I was like, if you allowed it, I could just close my eyes right now and have a little sleep. Like,
go on. I'm like that. So maybe it's a thing as well of who can, because like Adam can't nap. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, I love a nap.
I love a nap.
Do you know when we go away? Like my friends can't understand this, but like me and Chris would go to a hotel and we'd like check in, like, you know, have a drink thing, and then we'd have like a little powwow, little power nap. And then we'd have our shower. Yeah. But it's not a disco nap, it's definitely a nana nap. The disco naps have well gone, like. Yeah. But like we'd have like a little snooze, or like if I went away, even before we had kids, I can't even say anything.
See, that's the thing. I was a napper before that. Yeah.
I used to always have a little like siesta and then be like, right, let's go.
I know.
Like,
I always say that I think I was Latino in my past life because I love a siesta.
Oh yeah.
Especially on a sunny day when you have to be out
in
the sun.
God. I would literally sleep anywhere someone.
Yeah,
just let me.
WAP. It is WAP. So come here to me. So obviously there's a stark difference between our lives. You own your own house here, living with Chris and Georgia, who is 6 now?
6, yeah, she's 7 in April.
Oh my God.
I'm going to start hating her in about 5 years.
Oh no.
She's going to hate me way more, so it's okay. Then we'll love each other again. And
then obviously you have the triplets.
Yes.
And I have one 2.5-year-old.
So I know, but it's full on. It's like that, and you don't know. Like Georgia was really hard.
Yeah.
I thought.
I suppose you only really know your own struggle.
Yeah, but like everything, like as I always say this, and I'm adamant to the core of me, tired is tired.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
So trying to do anything when you're tired is a nightmare.
Yeah. So
like if I don't sleep for 3 hours because 3 of mine are up, and you don't sleep for 3 hours because 1 of yours is up, we both got the same amount of sleep.
Yeah, that's true.
So we're both equally as tired.
I do get you. And sometimes, you know, I'm fucking like obviously all out on the play here, and you know what I mean? Like I'm not saying. Sometimes I look at you, like, you know, when you're on Instagram and stuff. Yep. I feel like I can't. And this sounds like such a fucking first world problem, but I'm trying to get it out with the lack of the explanation that I want to say it with. Sometimes when I see you on Instagram, I'm like, she can go on Instagram loads because the three of them are entertaining each other. Do you know what I mean? Because I feel like I can't. I've fucking been so vacant on Instagram lately because he requires all of my attention. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So I actually can't get near my phone without him wanting it. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, it depends. Like it's just mad, the different situations, because I'm just like, look at Ali, fair fucking play to her now being on her Instagram.
No,
like,
but see, Jen, this is another thing I always say to people, because people are always like, oh, the kids are looking for my phone. I don't hand my phone over. So I do not hand my phone over. Now, don't get me wrong, we have tablets and maybe we go for dinner. My phone is mine. Yeah. Like, I couldn't care less. Like, if he's want to bit me sandwich, fine, whatever. But like, Lenny has a teddy called Squeak. Right. And that is his. No one else is allowed to take Squeak. Okay. That's just rule of thumb. Squeak is Lenny's, don't touch him. Bruce has like this stupid little bunny teddy that I got as a joke one day, and now he's clung to it, and now I have to bloody try and find the bunny every 2 minutes he's going to bed and that. And then Ted has stuff that's Ted's. Yeah. So they all have something that no one else is allowed to have. I've taught them, I have my phone. Like, I don't take Squeak. You don't take my phone. Right. Chris will hand his phone out. Really? He has 2 phones, like, take them. Candy's like, leave me alone, just take the phone. Whereas now I'm real like, I need my phone. Like, I work off my phone, so I'm that's like, true. I can't hand my phone over. And if they break it, I will literally cry. Because that's where I like go to escape everything. Yeah, I know. Just go jump in my phone and like something make me happy. I know what you mean. Yeah, no, it is. But do you find, like, do they kind of enter, like actually compare when you had Georgia and then when you have the three? And it sounds like a very stupid question, but do you find there are benefits to? Oh, absolutely. Like I was, well, especially obviously during like lockdowns and stuff like that. Yeah. Like I look at, that's what I was talking about the other day. I was doing an Instagram live, and I was saying, like, I was like during lockdown giving out, being like, oh my God, like I have 3 kids and this is so hard. And then when I went out to the play centres when they opened, like kids were terrified of the lads because they were so social and they were so well able, and they were like, and they, you know, were kind of looking for each other, and they were like playing together, and they were like sharing, and they didn't fight with kids or anything like that when they went out then. Now, don't get me wrong, it's like a bleeding MMA match at home, like they're battering each other now, but they don't have, they know they have to share. And so I'm looking at them and going, oh my God, I feel so sorry for that ma. She was at home entertaining that one kid all by herself, and now she feels bad because her kid isn't socially as able as the lads are.
Oh, I get you. Yeah, I suppose there's benefits to each.
Pros and cons to everything.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's all really a shit show, Jen. Let's be honest.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Quite literally.
Yeah. No, to be fair, Bobby didn't take it that hard. I started him in creche because I started a new job and I went from like a 3-day week to a 5-day week. So I wasn't doing that to me ma. So I was like, look, I'll put him into a creche the 3 days a week, so she only has him kind of 2.
Yeah.
And like at the start he was, you know, obviously clung to my leg and it was fucking heartbreaking every morning leaving him off, but he got used to it fairly quick, thankfully.
Oh, they do, but they all do. Even if they do cry in the morning, like Georgia used to scream going into play school, going into school, like everything. I mean, that child was like clung to me the whole time.
Yeah.
And literally, as I like would walk away 5 minutes down the road, I'd always get a text message off her teacher or she's like, she's absolutely grand.
Yeah,
I was
that's
like,
what that they did
I was
with
like,
me as
look at
well.
you little bloody dick.
You little dope.
Showing me at the door, like, you know. And like
That's the
every
thing.
time though, they were like, "Oh, she's absolutely grand. It's not bothering her."
Yeah.
Like, oh, I was like, what a fucking bitch. Because you'd be the ma, like with the kid clung to your leg, and you'd be like, "Sign," like, you know. And then in your head, you're just like, and you'd feel like a piece of shit leaving the school.
It fucks up your whole day when you
like,
leave them off. Because sometimes I'll drop Bobby off and he'll be having a bad day or a bad morning or whatever, and he's fine up until he get to the door of the creche.
Yeah.
All the way up to the creche, he's like, the creche, and naming all the kids. And I don't know if there's a kid that he keeps mentioning and there's violence involved. I don't know. It's fucking whoa.
That's definitely gonna be one of mine.
That's
definitely.
Oh my God, he's like, there's this little girl, and every time he mentions her, he's like, and she slapped me, and I said, no, bleep, don't do that to Bobby again. And then I'm like, sometimes he'll say other things, and I'm just like, is it her inflicting the violence, or is it you?
Yeah, you're like, who's really at fault?
Like, and it's just, and then obviously, like with most creches these days, and I know it's not all of them, but there's an app.
Oh yeah.
So you can look at the gallery and stuff like that, and the little girl that he mentions is in every single photo, just standing behind him.
Is she like that kid out of Hey Arnold?
Yeah. Yeah. Like, what's his name? Stinky or something like that. And she'd be just lurking behind him, so it's not looking good for her. Yeah. Like, do you know what I mean? In terms of the blame game.
I'm going to be that mom though, that, you know, when I get to the creche, like every day I know they're going to be like, can we just have a word? I'm like, bollocks. And I'm not even gonna, you know, like most ma's would be real protective and all. I was like, they're on their own. Yeah. I was like, look, I'm just gonna take it that you're in the wrong. I'm sorry, like I'm just gonna have to, because otherwise I'm just gonna look like I'm constantly.
There's nothing fucking worse than when you're collecting them and the creche minder comes up to you and they have a piece of paper in their hand, because that's an incident form. And it's like, oh, for fuck's sake.
You're like, please have fallen in the yard, please fall in the yard, please fall in the yard.
I hope it was a self-inflicted injury.
Yeah, it's like, please let him come out with a black eye. No. You're like, please don't let him bit the other kid.
It's usually a scrape, and then I'm like, fuck.
Oh no, biting.
That's,
mine
I
are
haven't
biters.
had that one yet.
Mine are biters.
Are they?
Well, Bruce is a biter, and now Lenny's a biter. Ted never bit, but I'm hoping
he just has like
just gone by
just
September.
A scratcher kind of.
No, I'm just you know, I'd rather like a pusher.
Yeah,
like you gave her a little push. Okay, that's alright.
Yeah,
and it's always gonna be a girl. I just know it. You know, it's awful. I'm gonna be like, stop it. Crazy
I know. they spot the weak one.
Oh, but I'm already like sussing out. I'm actually a freak.
Are the lads in creche?
No, so they're starting in September. But
right.
I already know 4 other kids going.
Right.
And I know their parents well enough to be like, grand.
Yeah,
like, you know, it's like, so like their cousin Pippa is already in for a year, and then her friend Shan is in and stuff like that. And I know their mums really well. So I'm thinking like, if the lads go for them, that's grand. Because they're not going to give out to me. Like, you know, they know they're not bad kids. But yeah, I'm kind of already like being like, oh grand, yeah, he's gone. Oh grand, he's gone. Like, you know, like, and some of the kids are a little bit bigger than the lads, and I'm like, he'd give like Lenny a run for his money. That's no problem. Like, I make them sound awful, but it's only because I see the 3 of them literally.
I know, but they
punching the head off each other.
They're feral. Sure, Bobby doesn't even have anybody to play with, and he's feral. He bites me, and he's like does the slaps and all that sort of stuff.
Oh yeah, they started slapping.
Yeah,
I didn't notice it was a thing. Georgia never slapped me. When they want my attention, they literally come up like I'm black and blue on the legs. They just slap you.
But they come up, so he does this thing where he does it from the shoulder. So it's just the arm is outstretched and he swings the shoulder and the arm follows, like it flops on you. I'm getting a good dig through the phone the other day. It went through the plaster of me in the wall. Like, I'm going to have to fucking replaster that bedroom before I move out. It's how my phone survived it, I don't know. It was just the temper tantrums. And when them days so like this week, and I'll get you to explain your week to me because it's Friday today. Well, like say just like a normal week in the life of a triplet man with a 6-year-old as well. So my week
I like the word
has
normal
gone,
in that.
well, like, you know what I mean? No, a normal week. Do you know what I mean? For you. So Bobby doesn't go to creche Mondays and Tuesdays. He was like getting a Monday, for instance. He was getting over hand, foot and mouth.
Oh yeah, you were saying.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
It's always something.
Jesus Christ. Like, got through a pandemic. We're going through a war, and hand, foot and mouth is by far been the worst experience of my life. Obviously, I say that in jest, but like, it's just been, they suffer. It's like chickenpox. They suffer for like 3 days, then it's really apparent for another 3 days, and then it's dying off for another 3 days, and then it's just another 30 days just for good fucking measure. Like, do you know what I mean? It's been a pain. He's looked miserable, all that. So that was kind of Monday and Tuesday when my ma had him. He was well enough to go in, like, at the spots and all were dying down on Wednesday, and then the crash told me, it had been going round. Wednesday was grand, got a bit of a break from him. Yesterday, Paddy's Day, obviously.
Oh yeah.
I was like,
and they just threw in a bank holiday. Oh, thanks for that.
Yeah, 2 bank holidays. Thanks for that. 2 days off. Crash fucking grand money after getting back into the poxy thing. Like, he just, like, the morning of the crash, actually, though, he was like a moth to a flame, with like tables.
Oh yeah.
When they just keep injuring themselves and then they're cranky. This was the morning that the phone went through the wall. He there was a table, bopped his head off it, kicked his toe off it, hit his back off it. I was just like, I felt like burning the table to the ground, but it was all him. It was his fault. Do you know what I mean? I was just like, oh my fucking Christ, I just feel like killing this child. And then yesterday brought him to a little local parade. Had absolutely no interest in it whatsoever. To be fair, it was shy. The parade itself was absolutely
Parade's always shy. I never get it.
Yeah, no,
never understood it.
I didn't know there was that many local things, to be honest.
Yeah, Town Parade used to be good, but it wasn't even on this year. But
yeah,
I still don't I've just never been a parade goer.
No, it was a bit shy. And then Adam brought him up to his mat, so he was free last night, which is great.
Did you not go on a big mad sesh?
I went on a big mad nap, you know. You're all right.
I'm with you 100%. I was in bed at 9:30 last night. I literally put the lads to bed and was like, oh my God, I'm going to have a drink. And then I was like, no, I'm not. George, you can give me bed. A little sleep over Christmas
see, that's another thing that, like, you're an anomaly to me in that I don't know how you drink and survive the next day. Now, I know you're not getting pissed.
Jen, you know my drinking game.
Oh, yeah, that's
3 Jaeger bombs.
I've mentioned it on here a few times.
Every time you hear it, you just get a little text message off me. I'm like, it's the aniseed and the sugar.
Yeah.
One's for the stomach, one's for the shakes.
Right, explain it to me while you're here, because I've mentioned it a lot of times. Like, I don't know if I'm saying this right. What's the story with the Jaeger bombs? Your body processes Jaeger bombs.
Yeah.
But you have to. Did you not tell me the last time you have to do at least 7 for it to work?
I have to do at least 3. If I do 3 Jaeger bombs, I don't have a hangover. So it's a mixture of aniseed and the Jaeger bomb. Aniseed, I think, is the ingredient, but that's what I call it anyway.
Yeah.
And the sugar. So one settles your stomach so you don't feel sick, and then the sugar means that when you wake up, you're not on a big sugar low. Right. Still sugar, so you don't have to shakes or anything like that. So you can function until you get a meal in you, and then you're just grand. Yeah. I was only talking about this. I literally just came from doing a wedding, and I was talking about with the makeup artist. 2 of us were like, oh my God, Jaeger bombs, all night, no hangover too. I was like, yes, my kind of people.
Oh my God. I did, when we did our shows, actually, they wanted us to do shots, and everybody was like, I want to do Sambuca, I want to do, all this sort of stuff. I was like, Jaeger.
Yeah, me and you were just at the bar.
And you are right there. But then I remembered, like, when I worked abroad and stuff like that, Jaeger was always the drink of choice, and I always came out of the freezer.
Yeah. And I learned today as well, tequila is the only alcohol that's not an antidepressant.
Yeah, that's
a natural depressant. Sorry.
Yeah.
So an antidepressant. It's not a depressant. Complete opposite way around. But you know what I mean. But I only learned that today. I was like,
yeah, that's why the Kardashians drink tequila. Because it's not like...
What do they have to be depressed about? Will you give me a bleeding break?
It's not like other alcohol.
To be fair, they're out working very hard, apparently.
Yeah. So heard. What has your week been like? Like, give us a...
Right. So this week, obviously with work and stuff like that, I was in the little one, the baby clothes.
Yeah. You have a lot of jobs.
Yeah, I have 3 jobs. 3 Sure you don't. And to get out of the house, Jenny. People are like, you're so good. And I'm like, I just literally don't want to hang around my kids or Chris. My mom takes the lads on a Monday. I normally only work one day a week and the little one now. But because of the lunch coming up, I've had to work 2 days. So this week was actually quite an interesting week for a change in my life. So on Monday I was in work. Then I have to collect the lads at 4. I had a cleaner in as well, John.
Oh, fuck off.
Oh my God, I got a cleaner. For this is the first week I have a cleaner. So this week is actually a great week to talk to me about stuff. I'm like, I'm so positive. If it was last week, I would have been like, help me.
Oh, yeah, because that's what I was kind of like with... Remember when I messaged you about doing this, I was just like, I hope you're okay.
Yeah, I was like, just about to like lose my mind. But no, I did. I was like about to lose my mind with the kids and stuff like that, just because you know yourself so much. But
it gets on top of you.
I was like, I'm getting a cleaner. I don't care. Yeah. I'm getting a cleaner. I'm getting someone in to clean my house. So I did that. And then I was in work, so I came home to a clean house then because I matched with the kids over in hers for the first time.
Nice one.
So I was like, amazing. So that was grand. Then on Tuesday we actually had to go into town. We had to sign our intent to marry thing this week. Sorry, this is a real like parent. This is not about kids, but you know what I mean. And then with the kids again and stuff like that, we brought them to get their hair cut. Yeah, 3 kids in a barber's. Hilarious.
How did that go? Where did you go?
We went to Lord's in the square, so it's barber's upstairs in the square. We just kind of walked by it, and I was like, fuck it, it was empty, so we were like, right, come on, we go in. Chris, of course, was like, why are we bringing them? Chris, if you ask Chris to do any job that involves the public and the lads, he's like, could you not ask your ma to go? He'd be mortified. Like, you know, if even he's willing
he's
to
so quiet.
Oh my God, no, but he's not like he is and he isn't.
But he's not like you in that he's not.
Oh, but he loves, like if Chris is out, let's say he's on a Stags now. Yeah. If someone came up to him, was like, someone texted me yesterday being like, is Chris in Killarney? And I was like, this is hilarious. Like, yeah. And like if someone came up to him, he'd be like all chats and like having the crack and like would love it. But he'd pretend he didn't, you know, that way he'd be like, oh, I'm so embarrassed. Yeah, like, yeah. Suck it up, you love the attention. So he's a real little hun, God bless him. But yeah, so and anything like that, he'd be mortified. Like he hates even wheeling the buggy in public. You know, people are like, are they triplets? He's like, so I'm like, do you want to go to zoo or do you want to go somewhere? He's like, no. He's just waiting for them to hit 14 so he can start like going to normal places. But we brought him to the barber's. But like Lenny sat up in the chair. I swear to God, the child was only short of having a cigar hanging out of his mouth. He was having the time of his life. He was like chatting to your one and all. Like
Lord Muck.
Yeah, Ted just sat there with Chris chatting to him, and then Bruce I had to physically hold.
yeah. There's always one.
But he just doesn't want to sit still. That's all his problem is. But they were actually grand. I couldn't. I was like, oh, great. I was like, thanks, lads. Yeah. Thanks for being good in public. Like at home, they'd be like fucking Cocoa Pops at the wall and everything, and I'm like, in a restaurant, they're like holding a knife and fork.
I do find that as well. Sometimes when you're out with them now, you'll get the odd time where they just turn. They're actually after being fine in the car, and then you bring them out and they turn feral. It's like the air hits them or something.
And I think sometimes they know as well. Do you know? I feel like they sense weakness. Yeah. Like if they think there's a little, oh, she's a bit emotional today, isn't she? That's absolutely upend the fucking car. Yeah. Do you know what? When she hands you an ice cream, just fuck it on the floor straight away and then demand another one. Like, you know, it's like they know. They're like, let's really try and just push her off the edge. You're like,
I'd love to be inside their head for a day.
Oh, yeah. I think it's the best time ever.
Yeah, just to see the logic. Because, like, you'll say something to Bobby, you'll be like, do you want crackers? No, I don't want crackers. And you'll just do the 3, 2, 1. I want crackers. You know, that kind of, you're like, I want to know what happens in his head in that space time. Like,
yeah, but even the amount of times, like, I'd be on, obviously, like on Instagram and stuff like that, and I'm laughing at you saying she's on Instagram. I have to pick moments in the day when I know they're distracted, because otherwise it's just a constant scream.
Is it?
It's constant, right. Like, so that's why I always have. You might get a minute and a half a day or something like that. But I'm like, that's the only minute and a half they were screaming at me. Yeah. So I'm like, meh. But some days they'd just be sitting there and they'd just literally be like, and you're like, are you okay? And they'd be sitting there smiling. And you're like, what is going on? So like the amount of times I'd be like in the middle of talking on Instagram, and because I only have such short little breaks to do it, in the background they'd be like two of them killing each other, and I'd be like, they're just scrapping over Daddy Pig, don't mind them. Yeah. And you know, in my head I'm like, I'm gonna end up on some sort of like website giving out about me neglecting my kids, or you know, something along those normal lines of people think is normal these days. Yeah. But I'd be like, just fight over Daddy Pig. What do you want me to do? I'm not re-recording it. Yeah, you're like, I'm not going to get a better moment. Like, they're going to just, one of them's probably going to bite the other one in the background next. So, like, this is actually all right. Like, so, no, stuff like that. Sorry. And then on Wednesday, I was in work, so, you know, my ma had them again. That's not normal, though. Like, I'd normally have them all day Wednesday. Then Thursday, I was working. God, Jenny, Jenny? I never ever called you Jenny. Jesus,
That's disgusting.
I have a friend, my best friend is Jenny, so I was like, oh God, that just not came too naturally, but weirdly when I'm talking to you. Yeah, I was working at a wedding yesterday morning, but like I was out of the house for 7 and I was back by 10:30.
Right, okay.
And then, yesterday they were just mad. It's like they knew Chris was gone because he went in stags, and again they were just looking for a weak spot.
Yeah.
So they just spent the entire day screaming at me, fighting over stuff. Yeah, just they actually just are a bit feral at the minute, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. But they're really testing you, like even going to bed, 2 of them literally KO'd last night, and I was like, yes, I'm gonna go and have a bottle of beer now. I had all my stuff ready for work this morning. I was like, right, grand. And Bruce just lay in the bed and sang Old MacDonald Had a Farm for 40 minutes.
I fucking hate that.
And then every now and again I was like, Incy spider. Like, I like the fact you're changing it up, but like, would you just shut the fuck up and go asleep? Like, I know you're just like, just go asleep.
Yeah.
Just, the sleep, I do.
Can you put them into the room and walk out?
I used to be able to. Okay. But since we put them in the double bed. No. See, Bruce scales everything.
Yeah.
He's literally like, I named him Bruce, it's my own fault. Like, I named after every half decent superhero, basically. I was like, oh, Bruce.
Yeah. He's talented.
Yeah, you know, he really, like I always say, you don't know an unkill Bruce. They don't exist.
No, you don't.
Every Bruce is pretty cool, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true.
So I was like, damn it. So yeah, no, he's skillful. He's like a fucking ninja. He just gets over gates, he gets under stuff, and he knows how to get around you and everything. The other 2 you could put in, they'd cry, but they go asleep.
Right, okay.
Bruce, no, he'd just appear next to you. He'd literally be like, he's one of those kids, like, one day he appeared next to me with a bottle of milk, and I was like, where did you get that?
Yeah.
He had to have gone downstairs.
Oh, did you get it?
Yeah, so he lets himself down the stairway, he walks down the stairs, gets a bottle. Like, sometimes I leave bottles of milk in the fridge, or, you know, if they haven't finished them or whatever. Yeah. Obviously, I opened the fridge, got the bottle of milk, and just came back up the stairs, and I was like, what has happened here? Like, and the other 2 would just be like sitting there playing with their doll, like, you know, their toys or whatever, and I'm like,
is he the lone wolf?
Yeah, little ginger fella.
I'd love to put Bobby and Bruce together because they sound very similar.
Yeah,
Bobby's just very mischievous.
They're too intelligent.
That's it.
And like, I'm not one of those masses. Like, my kid's so advanced. Like, look at him, because the other 2 are dumb shits. But like Bruce, like boy and he's unbelievable. Like,
Bobby's a bit like that as well, and like that. I'm not tooting my own horn, but I was handed him after a crash one day by one of the workers, and she handed him to me and looked me in the eye and said, "He is a fucking legend." In them words.
You're like, yes, like, he is.
That's deadly. Like, you know, you never really hear that. Like, you know, from he is a fucking legend. Like, them words.
Even, like, he can open. Like, we have to lock all the bathroom doors now because he can. But like, we have those locks, you know, that like you can, like, they lock from the inside, but it's like a circle with the line in it, you know, so you can turn it. We have spoons and you can turn it and stuff like that. If we have to lock it from the outside. And he saw him going to the drawer one day. He'd watched us. He went to go get a spoon to open. Like, he just cops things so quickly. You're just like, how the fuck did you figure this out? Like, you know what I mean? Like, we had a key. Our front door was one of those ones, like, it's open unless you lock it.
Yeah.
You can just open it and walk in now. And I used to just leave a key in the door, so it was locked. And one day I just turned around and he was like just standing in the front garden.
Oh,
just had open front door. Not like, I was like, bollocks.
I'm only waiting for Bobby to do that. Yeah,
exactly. So now we every time we figure out a way to stop him doing things, he figures out another way to do it.
Oh God,
absolute fucking lunatic. But he's my kid. I can't really say it. And like,
I know,
not for the intelligence part, but just for the you know, like figuring out a different way to get around things.
It is, but like you do kind of have to give them props as well. Like, you know, in times like that, even though it's a pain in the hole, and you literally can't take our eyes off them. Like,
but Georgia never figured it out. Like.
Yeah,
Georgia, Lenny and Ted are very similar. They're very kind of lackadaisy and they're happy to have everything done for them and that kind of thing. Whereas Bruce a go-getter.
It's too much time on his
hands. I'm going
to
to get him a power suit by the age of 6 or something to send him out to work and be like, make me millions. So no, he's mad. But yeah, no, that's basically the week. So that's why you were like, do you want to come record a podcast this week? I was like, yeah, get me out of the house for another 2 hours. No problem at all.
Thanks for your time buying the balls. We put a question box out on our Instagrams just for opinions on parenting / parents if they weren't parents already themselves. Did you get many replies?
Yeah, I actually got loads of really similar ones, which was hilarious.
All right, okay.
The ball pill one was one of my favourites.
The ball pill?
Yeah, well, I love how everyone just says the ball pill. So it's parents basically giving out about other parents not disciplining their kids when they're out. So you know, if you're in a play centre and like Lenny hit Bobby,
Yeah.
but like the other ma's just sitting there scrolling through Instagram, having our cappuccino in peace, ignoring our kid, which, you know what, I can appreciate.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going on in that woman's life. But if that was me, I'd be like, hey! Like, I'd kill him. You know, I just naturally would. But just being like people that don't watch their kids basically when they're out, and I'm like, it's a hard one, isn't it? Because like I ignore my kids when I'm out sometimes.
Do you?
I do. Well, see, because there's 3 of them and I know they play together.
Yeah.
I don't have to. I'm not worrying about them being on their own or doing any of that. So I would watch them. Like I wouldn't sit on my phone around like that, but I'd just have a cup of coffee and sit there and let them play. But if I saw them hit anyone around like that, I'd fucking burst them. Like I really would.
Absolutely mortified. See, this is my thing, because it's just me and him. When he does do so, like, I'm on top of him. I feel like I'm on top of him all the time. I remember the first time I brought him to a play centre, and it was in Go Kids Go in Blanche. Have you ever been there?
Go Kids Go?
Yeah,
no. But I like the name, whoever came up with
Go
it.
Kids Go.
Go Kids Go.
There used to be a draft centre in Kilmine, and then it kind of moved location and name and stuff like that, and it's riddled. You know yourself, they always get sick when they come out of the place.
Oh, yeah. Licking each other and all.
Yeah, but he went to, it was like a little kids ball pit thing, and took a little ball out, ran. Like, now this thing, it's awkward enough to get out to. Like, you have to jump over bars, and you have to go in the little maze and stuff like that. But he managed, and I don't even want to say he was 2 at this stage. When did they open back up officially? Like, and then I know they closed again. It
I don't know.
Kind of in that
it
space.
felt like a lifetime, Jen.
Yeah,
it felt
I know.
like a lifetime.
I don't know if he was 2 yet. No, he wasn't, because that little
it would have been the summer, kind of.
Yeah, so he wasn't even. No, he was 1.5, and he was legging it around, and picked up a ball, went from the middle of the play centre, had to hop over bars and everything, and went up to the front counter where the woman was serving coffee, and fucked the ball at her. That was his first time at a play centre.
See, that's why he's a fucking legend, though. Like, why not? Like, if I was that woman, I wouldn't even be offended. I'd just be like, fucking too right. Do you know what? Maybe she wasn't doing something right. Maybe she had put full fat milk in that coffee, and the woman had asked for a low fat.
Skinny, yeah.
And he was trying to help out.
Like,
You know what I mean?
he literally went up and he screamed, "Lady!" and fucked the thing at her. I was mortified, but all I could do, he was so fast. I'm like, I am like 3 times the height of this thing, because he's 1.5. Like, this is ages ago. And he like legged it. I couldn't catch him, and fucked it at her. Good aim as well. Like, got her.
But this is what I mean. Yeah, you have 2 options there as a parent. It's to go up and be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, that's so bold. Or just be like, good arm. Good arm, son. Like, I'm really sorry. Are you okay? You're not injured. No one's hurt here. But like, well done. Encourage that.
Yeah.
Sport and goodness.
No, I was mortified. I was kind of like, oh my God, I am so sorry. But at the same time, kind of had to hold back the laugh, because it was just so outrageous.
Oh, yeah, but I've had stuff like, I've had kids fuck stuff at me and ball pills. I don't care.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
if it's a little ball or something, yeah, cool, whatever. I'm not going to give out to that, like, or they throw it at, like, the kids or whatever. You're like, that's just play.
That's just play, yeah.
Like, if you went in and got, like, one of the little ride-on cars and fucked it at her, I'd be like, yeah, Jen, maybe that's the problem.
Yeah, no, it was the fucking mischief behind it.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It was just, and it was so specific, you know, like, it wasn't just like,
that kid or something that you thought he was trying to play.
No, he had a target. Like, he fucking had to, like, the leaps and bounds that he had to go to do this.
They're the moments where I'd love to get in your head and be like, what was the reasoning behind it?
I don't know. It was bizarre.
That's absolutely amazing.
Little shit, like, absolutely little shit.
So someone asked me what was the hardest part of parenting so far, and what is our least favourite stage of parenting? Right now.
Stage?
Right now. Oh. 2. 2.5. Between 2 and 2.5.
Really?
Oh, I absolutely, like, I used to be like, oh my God, my lads are so much fun. And like, we used to go out and I used to be able to put them, you know, I have the wagon.
Yeah.
Which is like a playpen on wheels, right? Yeah. And they like strap them in. They can get out while they're strapped down. So I can't go anywhere with them on my own now. Like, I walked Hout, like the pier in Hout. I always say that message. We know the Hout. Yeah. And then sometimes I say it by mistake. But I'm like, oh, it's Hout. But I walked the pier with them one day, got fish and chips, like brought them out by myself, like
Yeah.
That's a good trek from Tala. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
All the way from Tala
All
to
the way
Hout.
from Tala to Hout. But gone fishing trips, like whatever, sat like, you know, fought off seagulls and everything in the process. Like it was an extreme day out. And that was like not stressful. If I had to do that now, I would have a nervous breakdown because one of them would be out of the straps.
Yeah, yeah.
Like trying to eat a seagull or something. Like I would be, I'd be in a straitjacket coming home. So I just can't bring them anywhere now.
Yeah.
I'm on my own.
I want to say, see, like, Bobby had reflux as a kid, like as a baby, and it just wasn't fun. But, and like I do, when I see people, you know, putting up like content of their newborns or whatever, I do get really broody and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, I'd love to be back at that stage. And then I'm like, no, Bobby was a fucking nightmare. Like he didn't stop. And like, now the way that you were saying they slept between feeds, he didn't.
Oh, see, that was an NICU though. That wasn't me.
So
that was the hospital. That had them like that.
Yeah.
I take no credit from that.
Yeah. No, but like even at that stage where when like any child should be sleeping between feeds, he wasn't. So I don't know. I'm getting more crack out of him now, and I'm kind of noticing that I'm like, you know, before if it was a really hard day, I'd just put him to bed and he'd be asleep or whatever, and then I'd just come down and decompress. And but now like I find myself looking through photos or videos of that day, and like I know that sounds mental, but I'm just a bit more mad about.
They're funnier now.
Yeah. I'm not saying that I wasn't mad about them before,
I think again, my issue isn't like even age; it's volume.
Yeah,
like, you know, if it was one, obviously I wouldn't care about strapping him in because I could keep him like beside me.
Yeah.
But they just split. They're little shits. They know. They know if we go in 3 different directions, our odds are better. Like they know that. They know it.
Well, that's true. There is freedom. Like,
so you know what I mean? Like I'm only gonna catch 2 before like disaster strikes.
Yeah,
so
that's true. Yeah,
that's the only reason. But yeah, so I think that's why I'm finding it so hard now is because they're just at that really like mad stage of wanting to do everything, and you're like, it's not even like going out. It can't be fun because I'm just constantly like danger, danger, danger. And I'm not. I'd be normally really relaxed with like Georgia and stuff like that, but. Yeah, no, I've never like I feel like I'm basically living in what's that one, Final Destination? You know, where you know debt is everywhere. But like you're just trying your best to prevent it at all.
Yeah.
At all costs.
I know what you mean. I know it's just I don't know what I think it's just because I'm getting a bit more crack out Bobby now, and obviously there's only one of them, so I would look forward to a day out.
Yeah. If I had to bring one of the lads out now, and even Georgia, or even 2 of them in Georgia.
Yeah,
I think I'd be like, oh yeah, kill, I'll have a bit of crack. But
yeah.
Or if Chris, like if someone's with me, it's grand.
Yeah,
I'm all right. Once I know I have like backup of some sort.
Yeah.
But
I get you. I suppose I don't really know if there's a phase that they're all so different, and they all have their all pros and cons.
Shit, yeah, and they all have deadly stuff.
Yeah, I know.
Do you know what I mean? So like I loved when they slept in between feeds and stuff like that, but then I was up like 9 times a night doing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? There's always got to be a.
Yeah.
You know what was a lovely stage? When I didn't have kids.
When I was pregnant.
No, I wouldn't even take that.
No, yeah. When I was 15.
Do you know those 3 weeks before I was pregnant? And I thought life was going to be lovely. I was like, that was lovely. That was a great time. I'm really sorry if anybody's due their first baby. At least we can laugh about it though. Like.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Right, I'll see what else.
True. Yeah.
Do any other ones there?
Parents, somebody said in the box here, parents sharing pics of their kids covered in rotten, mashed up food. Ultimate ick.
Oh, do you know what? I'm with them because I took a photograph of the kids. I can't remember what it was. It was like, and I got a lovely photo. You're going to laugh at me at this one, Chad. It's a total Insta one. I got a lovely photo of the 4 of them, and I mean, they were actually all sitting, smiling. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Zoomed in. Head out of snot. I was like, bleh. You know, I was like, they're my own kids, and I was like, so do you know what I did? Face tune, that's not off his face. Because I was like, if I don't want to look at it, like Instagram doesn't want to look at it, you know what I mean? But I was like, oh, that's a low point. Like my kid is 2 and I'm face tuning his face.
For fuck's sake.
I only ever use it to blur backgrounds. Like, so, you know, if there's mess around in the background or something, I always blur the background. So that's why I have it. But I couldn't put up.
No, it's not your face.
It was a dry snot as well. Like it wasn't even, you know, it was just.
I get you.
Yeah, so I'm completely agree with that. Like,
I don't mind
it on my own kids, like sitting in the house. Like, if I'm just looking at it, like, whatever.
No, it's fine.
But like, when you see a kid out and they're literally like,
oh no, yeah,
it's just not literally like dried up their face. You're like,
yeah. There's I remember seeing it on Facebook before, and this was before I was a man. And I do have to say, like, obviously you're so ignorant before you become a parent. When you see stuff online, you're just like, oh my god, that's fine, it's great fun. All that judgmental stuff. But I still stand by this today. There was a girl, I don't know how I knew her, but she had put up, her baby was only like fucking 3 months or something like that. But she was after getting sick on herself, and she took a picture of it and put it up and said, "Oh, my poor baby is sick." Are you after going and grabbing your phone there now and taking a photo of the sick down her chin rather than wiping it off the child? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like, if it's
I don't understand that.
If it's not funny,
no,
don't go get the phone. Just clean your kid.
No, she didn't even put a funny slogan on it. Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. If it was me, I probably, in a context where I could take a photo and go, "You cheeky fucking bastard, I put my heart and soul into that meal." Do you know what I mean? Something like that.
If you can do it, but even there's a big difference between
such a young baby with sick on her chin.
Yeah, you're like, if a 3-month-old gets sick, it's like,
it's normal.
It's normal. Like, don't take a picture to vomit. Like, that's like me taking a picture of me getting sick. And be like, oh, poor me. Poor baby sick. After the session. Me and Chris just taking pictures of Chris getting sick in the toilet. Me poor babs.
Yeah. Fuck's sake.
No, sick is one of those things as well. It's just off limits. Yeah. You know, like, a shit is funny. A baby shit. You know, like, so Bruce shit all over his cot one day, right? Took the nappy off, smeared it all over the cot. Right?
No.
There was shit everywhere. And then I put him in the bath, took him out of the bath, and then he took a shit on the carpet in the landing. But of course, when I seen the smeared shit all over Bruce, all over the cot, all over everything, I was like, well, like, I have to clean it, so I might as well get a photo. Like, I think he's in the cot, he can't go anywhere. So, like, just to show, but that was more to show Chris just how shit my day was, no pun intended. Like. Yeah. And then after the bath, he took a shit in the carpet, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to get my phone and take a picture of this shit. But again, it was just to show Chris, and I was like, I'm not going to post to Instagram, like, you know what I mean? I think I might have a week later when I thought it was fucking hilarious, but like a close friend one or something, like, you know that way. It's just like, but like stuff like that, I can see the humor in. But if it's just, oh, my poor sick baby, it's like, well, like, if your baby is that sick, go fucking clean it and mind it. Like,
just a bit fucking weird.
There's nothing wrong with Bruce. He just was a dirty bastard.
And he did that himself. Like, he put effort into that.
Yeah,
you know?
He basically redecorate.
Yeah, he can stay there for a minute now while I get a photo. For fuck's sake.
Like, you stand there smelling like that, you little bloody animal.
I'll never forget the day Bobby took, because I'd never experienced it before, but I had gotten, I think I put a question box up because I was giving away a voucher or something like that, and I was like, what's the maddest thing your kid ever did? Or I was just looking for funny stories, and then people had said, or it was like, how do you tell me you have a toddler without telling me you have a toddler, or something like that. And the amount of questions or answers that came in, it was like, when they have a shit in the bath, and I was like, what are you talking about?
Do you know what? The kids have never had a shit in the bath with me. They've had a shit in the bath with my ma, with I think my sister. It's like they're like me. They're like me. Every time I go somewhere new, I have to have a shit. There's TMI, but look, we're here. But every time, it's like every time I was only saying to you during the week, you were like, I see the new house. I was like, I'll probably have to have a poo in your toilet. So I think that's obviously a joke, like, but it's always something I always say. But I'm like, maybe my kids take after me in that way, because they don't shit in my bath, but they shit in my ma's or my sister's. Fuck's sake. Maybe they just think they're gas. Like,
I feel like Bobby doesn't poo anywhere else apart from when he gets back to me, because he feels comfortable then. Because like one of the first things he'll do when, like, say he's after being with his dad or staying up in his other nanas or whatever and gets back within the first hour, he'll just kind of come over and touch me knee, hold on to me knee, and then you'll see the face.
Oh my god, my kids are probably like me.
He's just like, I'm home now.
I've now thing I'll literally use the bathroom anywhere, anytime.
Yeah. No, but
no question about it.
It never happened before, and then I gotten all them questions. That answer box was full of like, when do you take a shit in the bath? And I was like, that's so weird to feel.
And you have to like get a sieve.
Seems like such.
You have to get like a sieve or something, or like something to take it out. Then
I'll tell you what happened. I was like, this seems like a common thing, but it's never happened to me, so I call bullshit, that kind of thing. I was just like, I don't know what's happening. And then literally that week I put him into a bath and he stood up, held onto the handrail and just looked at me, with the face.
Dead in the eye.
I was like, what are you doing? And then it was just a plonk. And obviously because he wears a nappy, like I haven't gotten to any sort of stage yet. He wears a nappy, like anytime I go to change him, it's never like in one piece or, like I know this is TMI, but it's never, I've never seen a log coming out with the child.
If these are parents listening, it's not TMI. They're just going to be like, life.
Yeah. But I've never seen a log coming out with the child. It's always just this mushy nappy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just satin.
Just satin, yeah.
No,
so
I get you.
It was the first time I'd seen that, so I was like, okay.
Like, and then he's an actual human.
Yeah, exactly. He's not just a baby, like. And then he turned around and he was like, "What's that?" And he went to grab it. I was like, "Don't do it." It was like slow motion. And then there was no wipes. Tissue would have been a nightmare. Yeah. There was no wipes because I was trying to think of something that was like cloth-like and would stay intact. No. I had to go in raw. Raw-handed. I picked it up. It stayed in one piece.
No, Jen.
Threw it straight into the toilet.
That's where like some sort of old plastic bowl comes into play, and you're like straight in the wheelie bin.
There was nothing. I was like, I can't leave this room. He's too young to be in the back. Like it was. Everything else was too far away. I just had to go in raw.
See, I would have just left him floating in the back.
Would you? Yeah.
Just remove the child. Lock the door and be like, Chris, will you clean? Will you let the water out of the bathroom again? I definitely would have done that.
No, I literally just, I took it out.
Personal amusement.
Threw it in the toilet, flushed it, and I left him in the bath there for about 20 minutes. It was only in there for like 2, that's what I mean. It was very quick, kind of.
Jen, I'm not judging. You don't have to explain yourself to me.
I feel like you are.
I'm here going, no, you need to sieve.
It was just far, like it was a whole floor down. You know what I mean? I wasn't going to be able to reach a sieve.
No, look. You do what you have to do. This is parenting 101. You do what you got to do in the situation you're in.
This is it.
I love to meet people that are just like, just because something is high up and safe, they have to climb for. I'm like, yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Someone just wrote here, toddlers are arseholes. There, I said it. I was like, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. They definitely are. I know that there's a few controversial ones, like, why did you have kids if you're always going to give out about them? It's like, that's not the intention.
Oh, yeah, no, like, I have one in here, and it's like, people who decide to have kids and then give out about it, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm like, do you have children?
Let me just clarify. We're not giving out about the fact that we have kids. We're giving out about the arseholes that they turned out to be. So, suck on that one.
It's like, doesn't me saying, like, why'd you get a job?
Yeah.
If you're just going to give out about it.
That's true.
Like, just go sit at home and don't work, like.
Yeah.
Because you have to. Like, you can't say, do you know what, I've had this for 2 years. I'm not 100% satisfied. So can I return it?
Yeah,
can I get a money back thing? Like, you're like, no. Once you have them, you're actually meant to keep them forever.
That's true.
That's what's meant to happen. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Yeah. Just didn't anticipate, like, the arseholeness.
And the level of it, you know, where you're like, you're just there all the time. Like,
it's very intense.
I just didn't fully take on board the 24/7 thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, definitely.
That was definitely something that I was like, I just thought, like, you know, they'd go asleep. And I could have an hour to myself. Like, that's it. It's not a big ask. And sure, I give out about everything. I give out about, like, good stuff.
Yeah,
we're
same.
Irish. That's what we do.
We
give out and then we're like, oh my God, hashtag bless my little ankle.
Yeah, you know? Exactly. We have so many more responses, but we're going to continue this on Patreon. We hope you enjoyed.
And you know what? If you log on to Patreon the first week, do you know I listened to this podcast? The first day of the month?
Yeah.
Best time to sign up,
isn't it? She's dead right, Ali, isn't it?
You listen to the podcast.
That is very
Suck
great.
On that, Carla.
It's very, very good information. So the start of the month is the best time to financially sign up because when they take the money off you at the start of the month. So you know,
you
sign up like on the 27th.
See, I don't just pretend to listen to your podcast. I actually do.
No, to be fair, Ali is a subscriber and she listens to our Patreon.
I'm just waiting for the day that they say, Ali wrote in, friend of the pod. That's what I'm waiting for, friend of the pod.
Friend of the pod.
Yeah.
It will happen.
Yeah, he said about Fionnuala one day and I was like, oh yeah, Fionnuala's a friend of the pod, isn't he? All right. I'm just stopping hangovers all year round. Like, but you, friend of the pod.
Thanks for listening. All of the links for our playlists, Patreon, Instagram, all that will be in the description of the show. And we will talk to you next week. We love you. Bye.
Bye.